Diary of St. Francis de Sales, December 29th. Whenever I think of eternity, I do so with great gentleness of heart, for I reflect, how could my soul be capable of thinking of such infinity if it did not bear some proportion to it? Indeed, the faculty that aspires to an object must have some affinity with it. And when I realize that my desire runs after the thought of eternity, my joy increases, knowing well that we would never desire with such strength something impossible. Therefore, my very desire assures me that I can aspire to blessed eternity. And what remains for me, if not to hope to possess it? And this is granted to me through the knowledge I have of the infinite goodness of Him who would not have created a soul capable of thinking and tending toward eternity if He had not wished to provide it with the means to attain it. Spiritual Letters. On December 29th, 1622, the body of St. Francis de Sales was embalmed. The reputation for holiness of the deceased prelate had already spread so widely that the influx of people was immense, all seeking to obtain some relic. Since it was necessary to open his body for the embalming, all his blood was removed and collected in pieces of cloth carried by his devout admirers. Even fragments of the table and floor, where drops of blood had fallen, were taken away. Everything that had been used during his final illness was recovered and carefully preserved, relics that later produced several miraculous cures. In his gallbladder, 300 stones the size of chickpeas were found. The physicians attributed this to the effort with which the holy bishop had always controlled his anger, presenting himself before all with that constant meekness and conquering gentleness which, far from being innate to him, were the fruit of heroic virtue. Reflection of December 29th. St. Francis de Sales contemplates eternity not with fear, but with gentle confidence. His reasoning is profoundly illuminating. If the soul can think of eternity and desire it so strongly, it is because it was created for it. God does not deceive the human heart by planting impossible desires. Every deep longing points toward a real promise. This serene hope is born from the knowledge of God's infinite goodness. Eternity is not a pious illusion, but the very goal for which we were made. Thus, the desire for what is eternal becomes a guarantee that we are truly called to possess it. Even after his death, the interior life of St. Francis is manifested in his body. The relics, the miracles, and even the physical signs of his interior struggle reveal a holiness forged through self-mastery and heroic meekness. His gentleness was not weakness, but victory. In this way, his life and death proclaim that whoever orients their entire being toward eternity leaves indelible traces of grace upon the earth.